The world is flat, y'all. Flat.
What?
It's not round. It's flat.
What?
Remember that? I vividly do. Why do I? Because it caused a lot of consternation in my household. Back to the episode.
I don't know. I think journalistic integrity has definitely gone down and corroded in the more recent years. But I think the truth is we're just more aware now of its corrosion. We have no state media. All the news is bought and paid for. It's all of it runs for profit and has since the country existed. I think maybe people are a little less subtle with the agendas they're pushing now, and I think maybe they're a little bit more forceful about the people who are backing these news organizations. But I don't think the manipulation of media and the manipulation of news is by any way a new invention or a recent invention.
I have a question.
I think it's a misconception. What's up?
It feels like though, whenever you like call out the fact that something may have an agenda or may have this, that, and the third, or may not be, or maybe push for profit, or maybe push something else, like it seems like people look at you sideways when
that's because people don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
People really don't like. The last thing people want to do is to be wrong, and it's a hard thing to admit, but they'd rather defend the wrong point 9 times out of 10. I think most people, it's just a pride thing. They would rather defend the wrong point than have to admit that they got duped.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to.
That's
a great point.
We see it all in human behavior. We have arguments with our cousins,
with each other,
and even with each other, where we're like, he'll get to a place where
you're wrong.
Yeah, he may know he's wrong.
No, you're wrong.
There's definitely times where we've had arguments and I've known I'm wrong.
Right.
And you keep fighting because you want to.
You're gonna die on that hill.
And also sometimes you just want to keep talking.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's also important to like we've become a lot better with that, and most people aren't even having those conversations.
Right.
So I think that's worse because like when we have these conversations, even as a group, whether it's with our cousins or just me and him, we get to a place where it's like, okay, like even if you don't want to admit it, you learned something today because you know that you were wrong.
Yeah, I think that's a different thing though. Like, I'm always like, I think in every conversation you have, you could learn something. Otherwise, there's no point in the conversation. But I don't think I ever defend and argue a point knowing I'm wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Not with the like, and I
no, not consciously. Like,
not knowing I'm wrong.
Like there's been most times when you're arguing a point and you're like, you're just going, right? You're not thinking about, I'm wrong, and I'm just gonna keep arguing. Right. You're thinking like
you're invested.
Right. And you're trying to find more points to continue to support your argument.
It's not even that though. Like if I feel like there's a pretty big step from probably wrong and wrong.
Right.
And I think people sort of blur that together again for the sake of being right.
Yeah.
Like most things,
I've definitely been caught in probably wrong, and then been sitting there trying to find a way to fuel my idealism of like, me more likely not being like me trying not to be wrong, but probably being wrong.
I think nowadays, like, it's very interesting to hear you guys like talk about it. I think a lot of people are wrong. Like, I'm on social media, and some of these influencers, especially just like people who giving out corporate advice, I'm like, this is wrong. Like, this is not good advice. Yeah. Like, I think like nowadays, social media, what people miss, and this is why like it's different from journalism. It's like human generated. It's everyone adding their 2 cents, knowing that they're not an expert, but like it worked for me, and it like sounds right, or like I found something to prove my point, and they don't even know like where their source is or what their source got it from. So I think it's more just like we give too much emphasis on like, I'm going to build an argument based off all these things I've seen because I've seen it and I've seen it in multiple places versus like the root of it is probably still wrong, or just like lacks the research that we need to say, okay, this is definitively the correct thing.
Well, that's the thing, right? And we used to argue about this all the time. It seems like they're evolving in this perspective too, which was a guy could literally sit in his basement and say whatever, and if he talks convincingly enough and knows how to get the algorithm going,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that though.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying the consumer has to ask the question, is this guy truly an expert at what he's saying?
But that's been true forever. Not in terms of are they an expert, but in terms of what is the reason for, like, I think people should have always been questioning the information they were given.
I agree.
I think that the label of this is a news organization can get you by a lot of things when in fact these news organizations maybe aren't as reputable as we'd like to believe.
I agree.
I think at one point it did start as reputable, right?
Because like a BBC, back way back in the day
was good.
I think it's like with the volume, with more channels that come, because nowadays when you see, hey, these people all medias have different like press passes for these events, they've diversified it, but it's like really literally one day someone just like, hey, I'm going to start this idea and I'm going to be the person to publish whatever news I want to publish.
It's like having multiple social media platforms all run by like different people,
right?
With like even if we talk about X, right, and Elon Musk and his little AI thing that he has on X, but then it's like you're like, oh, like, is this true? And then and the AI thing goes on, and I've seen it be wrong before.
Right.
Like I've literally watched it be wrong before, and it's like there's an agenda that is 1,000% pushed on X, and then like, what if that was happening on Instagram and TikTok and this and that? But
just different ones,
right? But imagine there's 50 of those, and everybody trusts them, and everybody throughout the entire country listens to them, and they turn it into a news channel with people with right, and they put people on there to talk
it's
about
a lot, right?
Yeah, and they put people on there to talk about stuff, and I don't really even know where this guy got his degree.
Never forget when Reese came home one day after school. He had to be about 9, maybe 2017-ish, and he said, "Mom, my teacher is wrong." "What teacher, Reese?" My geography, social studies teacher. "What's wrong? What did she say that was wrong?" "She said the world is round, and the world is not round. It's flat." "The world is round, Reese." "No, Mom, it's not." I'm like, where would you get the idea that it's not round? "On the internet." "Oh, okay." First thought, mom thought was, but this is probably why I shouldn't have gotten him a phone this early. "Well, show me where." "Mom, Kyrie Irving said the world is flat."
What?
"Yes, he did."
No.
"Reese, Kyrie Irving is wrong. The world is round." He starts to argue with me. "No, he's proven it. He said all these things. He explained all these theories for why the earth has to be flat. Like if you just keep walking, you'll just keep walking. You can't fall off the earth, so the earth cannot be round." Woosah. Devin, please come and help your brother understand this, because I am at this point just like, I can't believe I'm really having this conversation. And Kyrie Irving clearly is not helping me. And so I'm just like, see, this is crazy. I don't even understand why Kyrie Irving would say a thing like that, and on and on and on. And so Devin, please come and help. Devin comes and he's like, bro, the world is round. Kyrie Irving is wrong. At this point, Reese was so into, he's huge into basketball, right? He was so into Kyrie Irving at this moment that Kyrie Irving could have said he was his father.
What?
And he could have probably said, "Sure, hi, Daddy." It took 3 hours, and I still, at that point, Devin and I together could not convince Reese that the earth was not flat. Why? Because Kyrie Irving said so. Fast forward to, I think, October of that year, and I never researched it until recently for this episode. I know he later said he was sorry, but I think we missed that in our household, right? Because here's the man who had said something because either he was into conspiracy theories at the time, or he wanted to just show how quickly false, fake information could be proliferated across the internet, has my child thinking the earth is flat. And I am having to undo this in my household to no avail for a very long time. We actually had a laugh about this maybe several years ago. I'm not sure Reese will fully admit it anyway, but he really did think for a moment, thanks to Kyrie Irving, that the world was flat. Back to the episode.
Explaining it underestimates the numbers, because like the platforms are just the vehicles.
Right.
Multiply that by the millions of people on it.
Right.
That watch it.
Exactly. Like once someone puts something out there, that's contributing to like the pool of information.
So how does your generation? I mean, this seems like it's a problem that would explode over time.
I think that's an overreaction.
Well, okay.
I
So
feel like,
educate me about how you think people in your generation will be able to walk the line. Not you,
yeah.
because you might be a little different.
No, it's not. It's not even about me. It's
Okay.
well, we're all capitalists here. We like red meat.
Wow.
Like it's a free marketplace of ideas.
Right.
It's just like everything else is being turned into a product.
Okay.
So are ideas, and the ones that have the most purchasing power will sell.
Ooh.
This is the free marketplace of ideas. Whichever idea has the most purchasing power will win.
Wow.
And I mean, yeah, I mean it's offensive, and it's maybe not necessarily the ideals that we. I know it is the ideals we built this country on, but it's sort of a perversion of those ideals in a sense.
It is a perversion.
Because
I would agree.
Because instead of looking out for the government to subjugate you, the companies are subjugating you. But I mean, what's the alternative? I mean, this is what we built our country on. We're not going to have a national media. We're not going to have a state media.
No.
We're not going to actually do any meaningful regulation towards these news companies or these social media sites, because that would infringe on our precious free rights, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
So this is where we're going, and we're going that way and everywhere else. I don't see why this is so different.
It's just crazy, because when I think about my grandchildren, I'm like,
my grandchildren won't be on social media.
Right. How do they?
Media.
That's a good question. When, now that you've experienced it, would you put your kids on social media?
It would be much later. The older I get, I start to get to the point where there's like one too many scrolls each day where I'm just like, this is really too much. Like, I really have to log off. I think like people are taking it too serious. I do think there are dangers of social media.
Right.
And I don't like, it has to be in the last like 2 years that I've started to realize how dangerous it can be. And like, we've seen it. We've seen like, hey, like bullying, cyberbullying had became a really big thing. I don't think it's talked about as much right now.
Right.
But I do think like, to think there's no boundaries of what social media, like when it will be stopped, is like very scary, because now we're entering the world of like generative content. So like, if AI joins the conversation, it's not only like personal opinions added in it, but it's also like this compilation of data that AI has then taken and just push stuff out, because it's also trying to like meet what the algorithm wants.
Right.
So I do think there's a danger.
So what age?
I think
I need to know
25.
what age. 25.
I feel like your frontal lobe has to fully develop. And then it's like, okay, it makes sense.
Okay.
Like, they can't start too young. I think it is interesting to hear them talk about it, because I've seen them very small.
Right.
And like now they're older, and it does seem like they have a different perception. But I wonder if it's because they started a little bit later.
Okay.
I have a niece, like she's getting interested in the phone.
Right.
She's 10 months. Like,
wow.
And like I'm hesitant to post her, because I don't want her to then want to go find herself and like see what's out there about her. I definitely think there needs to be a boundary, but right now 25.
25, I like it.
I'd probably say like 16.
Okay.
I struggle because I'm scared of like dystopian reality. Okay. Because with AI and with social media and the trend that it continues to take, I do not see it plateauing. I don't.
I agree.
I mean, I just haven't seen that, so there's nothing for me to base that off of.
Right.
But for it to continue to go up scares me, because then it's like, then you're truly controlled. Yeah. Then like your lifestyle is truly controlled, because then when your house is full of AI, right, and you're being watched all the time, right, then that becomes an issue, and then you're crazy if you want to go live somewhere remote and not be a part of the society. Yeah, right? Yeah. So that's a real issue that I think we got to talk about, and AI we need to be able to put a cap on it. We don't need to be uploading people's brains to the cloud. Yeah. We don't need to be doing those kinds of things. Yeah. So I mean,
that's interesting. What are your thoughts, Devin? I'm curious, very curious.
Level up your news consumption. The news has always been complex, but digital technology has amplified manipulation and made critical media consumption more essential than ever.